Hello everyone. This is Siren, and I know it's been a long while since I was here, but I wanted to show this cool Bridget deck I played yesterday with the City Rampage errata. You might have noticed I've kind of stopped playing the deck. That is just because I couldn't really find my footing with it, find what I wanted to do, and I think I finally settled on something I like. There's some changes I want, but yeah. So if you don't know, Bridget is a 7-hand size 21 life character with the water and air symbol. She has enhanced. Flip one card in your card. Flip one other card in your card pool. This deck gets +2 or -2 speed, and then response twice per turn. After your attack deals damage, add one or more. Add one face down card from your card pool to your momentum. Very cool. Very either defensive or aggro. Right? We can play the reversals and get momentum on their turn. Things like that. But yeah, she's very cool. It does a lot of cool different stuff. But for the foundations, we're playing only 1 0 diff now. It's just the syndicate targets. It's 3 of them. 6 check, 0 low block, which I needed. And it's a 0 diff. That was really all it was. We don't really run many weapons anymore, so the Banshee Sword Streak wasn't super great. But this one's still plenty serviceable as a 0 diff. Moving from there, we're playing 3 copies of Guardian Angel of Chinatown. We shrink out a lot. If they reduce damage multiple times across the turn, it makes it much harder. This just kind of helps alleviate that issue, right? I will say this was put together on a short notice because I thought I was not playing. So I didn't have all my cards, but I'll go over those changes when I get there. The next one is for Danger Sense. It's just flip -2 speed. We're also running air and sidestep, which means we always have the full block if we have this. And we neg so much speed that it doesn't really matter having to tap the 1 extra. Yeah, just very good card. Good on stage and in hand, no complaints there. The next one is for Biolante Arrives. This is another simple one. It's just flip, make a power token in the stage. It was a 2 high that ignored face downs though, so that was pretty good. The one thing I'm considering is cutting out a number of these for Titanic Combat because you get to ready it with DHR and Invisible Infiltration, which we'll see later. But there might be like a 2-2 split or something like that, because I do need more lows. But yeah, I just really enjoy this deck, or this card. I like the ability to be like, I always have a 2 high block on demand, so we'll see. Next is 4 Skills of Juno. It just stops clearing with Queen of the Monsters and Airship are 2 notable ones right now. So we're just stopping those effects. We're saying, hey, no, you actually have to play the game like you're meant to. Whereas we don't have that restriction, right? The next one is an Ocean Buddies, a substitute member, and a Moment of Normalcy for 1 of 2 diffs. The Ocean Buddies and Moment of Normalcy kind of made sense. These were very situational pieces. I needed them occasionally. This would definitely go up. I just didn't have any more on me. They were all at my partner's apartment. So yeah, this goes up probably in favor of the next card I'll show. But it definitely was just nice to have at least 1 of it. The other 2, perfectly fine with the 1 of. The next one is 2 Test to Screw. This was one of the last minute additions. I think this just comes out for another sub member, which is fine. Right, it's still very serviceable. I like the idea of getting a little bit more draw, but without Hunter's Ally and being able to cheat this in, it's like, whatever, there's better draw cards in our deck, right? There's one majorly better draw card in our deck, but I digress. Next is 3 Aaron Sidestep. This was a really cool one, like I said, with Danger Sense, we always have the perfect block. But we also have a good range of blocks, right, to be able to use. So it makes it very easy to always trigger this and draw off of it. 4 feels a little clunky, 3 feels like the perfect number. But yeah, it just solidifies our defense. We can live through like multiple turns of crazy stuff, which is pretty cool. So long as we don't sell out on an attack turn when we shouldn't. Next is 3 Weapon Clash. This was a weird one. Because of how many foundations we were generating, I kind of like the idea of having this. 1 to pop a foundation to get -2 damage and get ourselves out of deadlock. With how many crazy deadlock cards there are right now. And also just being able to build extra foundations. The Christmas land scenario of this was flip Weapon Clash, build the top with acidic, build the top invisible filtration out, whatever it was, and it'd be like a team hero or something like that. Something really crazy, something really cool. But yeah, I think that the idea of weapon clash is really cool. I could see it coming out later on, but I really like the idea of just fast tracking for foundations now that we're not trying to kill on turn 2, right? And then our last foundation, which is the majorly big one, is Godzilla vs. Badalamenti. This is her custom card. Commit, clear a card, draw a card. Clear one face down card, draw a card, right? Deadlock says you're just not allowed to go into it, right? You just die. But yeah, this is a mandatory 4 of, I don't think you can play less than 4 in this deck. It's just insane in her, and I think I had a total of maybe 3 cards in card pool all night yesterday, which was pretty cool. Moving from there, we have some assets. We have 3 copies of Team Hero. This is just another copy of any foundation we want. It's copies 5, 6, 7 of Godzilla vs. Badalamenti. It's copies 4, 5, 6 of Weapon Clash, whatever, right? The other enhance doesn't come up a ton. It might in future iterations where we're like popping things or making foundations leave the stage, but currently it was just extra foundations and being able to tutor out stuff. From there we have some actions, starting with 2 Referee Jury. I really like this card in her because you're able to pick it back up off Lifelink after using it. You can even do like a mid block, full lifelink, pick back up the mid block, or pick this back up, jury, another thing, right? But it's just very useful. Yeah, I don't think there's a ton to say about this card. It's jury, right? Like, there's a lot of enhanced abilities going around right now, especially on like the really important abilities currently. So you're just like, hey, stop. Yeah. Moving from there with Bridget, I wanted a form action, and this was the first one I wanted to try. Emerge from the depths, it's just form, add a card from your discard pile to your hand. This one definitely comes out though. Largely because it's just kind of bad, right? It's a 5 diff that's saying, hey, if you check bad on this, your turn's over, right? Like, you're not finishing the turn, especially on like turn 2. Whereas I could play like probably what is going to be is support of your friends, which is just form, draw 2 cards, but it's a 3 diff action, right? So that's the important trade-off there. I don't think I'll keep this. Maybe I'll keep it at like a 1 of, but at 2 it was very clunky, very bricky. Moving off of that though, we then have our attacks. So starting with the probably most mandatory one is 3 Flayfling. This did feel a little clunky. I could see it going to 2. But overall, I still like this card. Having the triple Flayfling loop in our deck that's pretty easily accessible with some other stuff is very nice. Yeah, no complaints with this one. I just enjoyed being able to play a bunch of attacks and then pick them back up and keep playing more. From there, we have 3 copies of Invisible Filtration. This is definitely one that's going to the 4 of, right? So, like I was saying earlier, we have the blinking with like Team Hero. It's face down, we can blink it out, bring it back, right? The other cool thing we can do is we can Godzilla vs. Badalamenti, commit, clear, and draw, tuck this in for later, and then it comes back ready, right? So there's some pretty cool assets or abilities you can do with this, and it also gets damage from itself. But yeah, it just loops cards. It does unfair things currently because you're not meant to loop these cards, right? But yeah, I enjoyed it. Probably could go 1 -1 Flayfling, 1 more of these. This card is pretty crazy. Next is 4 Acidic Sludge. This one just made sense. It's Blitz, spend a momentum to add 2 cards from your discard pile to the top of your deck in any order. And then this attack gets +2 damage. We're making momentum on our turn. It's got Deflect 4. It stuffs one in their card pool. It's also just another low. You might notice a theme of like low tribal. It was an unintentional theme, but it worked out pretty well for us. But yeah, like, you're just constantly doing things and you're constantly saying, hey, deal with all of my things. And this just lets you set up your turns. It lets you set up a Flayfling loop very easily. But yeah, very nice card. I enjoy using this one. It's probably one of my favorite cards from the Godzilla set, but yeah. Next is for Battle Aura. We're on water. It's Battle Aura. Flip draw card is really good. +4 damage is really good. And our character that gives speed. I don't think I need to say a whole ton here. This card's been broken from the jump. Well, not broken, but this card's been really good from the jump. And I think that if you're not playing this, I need to know why. Because being able to loop 6 high 8s is really good in this character. Next is a 1 of Growing Grasp, and I'm just going to show these now. The 2 of Ice Sword Execution. This card was okay. I think I would side it. It was just kind of mediocre. This one was better, but I do know what I want to take it out for, and that's Earthbreaker. Since we're drawing so many cards more now, so many more cards now, we can do Earthbreaker shenanigans. And, you know, control the board a little more. We don't need momentum. We have a lot of momentum outs currently. So this definitely comes out for that. And then this probably just goes to the side for like a 4th of our next one, which is 3 copies of Destructive Heat Ray. It makes power tokens. It flips their answers. It readies foundations to ready things like Godzilla vs. Biollante or Titanic Combat in the future, right? It's just really strong. Truthfully, it's just a broken card. But yeah, I think a 5 low 7 is perfectly acceptable in this modern day with a 2 low block. And it just leans into the idea of low tribal, which is really cool. But yeah, that is my new current Water Bridget deck list. Some notes for sure that I don't know if I mentioned. Like I said, this is coming out for another of these. This is becoming Earthbreakers. Everything else though felt really nice. Like, everything had a purpose, except for a couple of cards I mentioned. But yeah. So, if you come and hang out with me at Vegas in a few weeks, I will have this deck on me. I likely won't be playing it for a main event, unless I already have my invite. But if you just want to jam a game, I can play this more casually, or I can play Puma, which is my current competitive deck. There will probably be a list up soon for that. I need to gather all of the pieces from my partner's apartment. But like always, this is Siren splashing out. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you have any cool tech ideas for this deck. But yeah, see y'all later. Bye-bye.